Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the business edition, and we've got some glorious Sillyville at the end. So stick around for the glorious Sillyville. So we're going to start with a Tesla owner who drives from the backseat, gets arrested. He's released, and on his way home, he does it again. Now, this kind of ties in a little bit. We've talked about the Tesla crash in Texas where it looked like somebody's in the backseat. Multiple groups are now suggesting that indeed autopilot was not turned on that car. It turns out that the road conditions are not even available for autopilot to be enabled. What the police and the Highway Transportation Authority is suggesting is then during the crash, the people went into the back seat to try and force the door open. That's what appears to be what happened. They touched on that a little bit here, but this guy here, he's getting onto the road. He's setting it to autopilot, and then he's jumping into the back seat of the car. I've seen these Teslas. They're not really big. How in the world did he get back there? And I thought these Tesla cars were supposed to disengage when somebody was not watching the road, had their hands on the wheel and all this kind of stuff. But apparently that's not the case, making yet another argument. Get these things off the road, or at least disable the crap in them that allows them to do this. But this guy got arrested. And then on his way home, he got arrested again he's posting videos in the backseat. Now they're actually saying, okay, he keeps doing this, so we're going to scour his social media and we're going to charge him for every time that he is posting videos and such from his backseat. They're going to go back and retroactively charge him. And so this guy's is the epitome of stupid. Can we take this guy? Never mind jail. Pull his license. Driving is a privilege, not a right. Have you seen that? The guy is endangering himself and other people on the road. Pull his license. And if he's got a car, confiscate his car. People like this do not need to be continuing on the road. If you want to have your Tesla and use your autopilot, please stay attentive in the front seat. And I think that Musk would agree. But even Consumer Reports said, yeah, they could set autopilot and get out of the seat and it would just keep going. And this is dangerous. This is very dangerous. But it's like, no. That's our government asleep at the wheel. Literally. Well, the Impossible Burger is now going to try and market your children by getting their way into your kid's school. So let me know, engagement challenge, let me know in the comments. Would you want your children eating the Impossible Burger at the school cafeteria? Remind you that this is an artificial meat. It's basically all soy. I will remind you, soy is not something people should be eating. It is full of estrogens. It is basically like giving hormone replacement therapy to your body, which is a problematic thing. These cause a lot of medical issues. It is not healthy to be eating. But then, oh my God, we gotta have the soy. It's the Impossible Burger. It's gonna save the climate, save the planet. No, it's not. It's just going to be nasty scientific food that's going to lead us to Soylent Green, for crying out loud. Soylent Green is people! It's people! Spoilers. I don't have to say spoiler alert on a 40-year-old movie, though, do I? But Impossible Burgers is now trying to make their way into the school menus across the United States. Meatless Burger just arrived and just received the child nutrition label from the USDA, which could make it easier for public schools to serve the product because the Impossible Burger will be eligible for national school lunch funding. People, if you have children in school, get on those school boards and tell them, keep artificial food out of the cafeteria. This is not healthy to eat. This is dangerous for your children to eat. This could misbalance your children's hormones. This isn't like, soda's bad enough. Half the crap they have is bad enough. This can actually misbalance hormones. That is problematic. Okay. And so we don't need, adults shouldn't be eating it, but children definitely shouldn't be eating it. But they're trying to weasel their way on in like Apple did in the 80s and kept them alive. The only computers we ever had in school growing up were Apple computers. Everyone learned how to do Apple's computers, and then you had to get out of school and relearn how to use a computer because nobody in their right mind except schools used Apple computers. So friends in business are like, yeah, we have one to convert files to PC. Yeah, there you go. So there we have it. There we have it. Wait, Soylent Green is people? Thank you for that super chat, Mitchell. Yeah, it is. It is people. So cryptocurrency market tanks after Tesla suspends Bitcoin transactions. Remember that Elon Musk's like, hey guys, we are going to take Bitcoin for cars. Well, he just backed up on that, said, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, cryptocurrency, I think Ethereum is up. If I remember correctly, I think Ethereum is up. But Bitcoin went down. A bunch of other stuff went down as well. So if you're mad about anybody because of the Bitcoin price drop, just blame Elon Musk. I mean, why not, right? And on to monopolies. We have two different articles where big tech plays monopoly. Sony is sued over PlayStation's digital store monopoly. So remember going back that when the PlayStation came out, you used to be able to go into GameStop or Best Buy and buy codes for games. Then you go in and you could put the games in. Now you can't do that. All the games now have to be purchased on the PlayStation Store. So a bunch of people are coming out and going, that would be a monopoly. Whereas we used to be able to buy the code from a variety of different places that will help keep the prices low. Not anymore. And this guy has filed a new monopoly claim indicating because you could only purchase your game codes on the PlayStation Store. And this is causing the price of games to go up. Lawyers claim popular games sell for an average 75% more digitally on the PlayStation Store than those sold physically. That number could be up to 175% or more at its highest, according to the lawsuit. Sony made $17 billion in revenue over the fiscal year that ended in March 31st from digital PlayStation games. So now they are suing over the monopoly of doing this, which reminds us, of course, of the Apple versus Epic. And now in the middle of this lawsuit, Apple comes in and now they're saying they have to show that iOS allows competition while justifying its being locked down. This is the one thing that I said Apple needs to allow. It doesn't have to be easy. It doesn't have to be user-friendly. It just has to be possible. Let me sideload my own applications. Let me sideload my own store, because that will stifle all of this. Sure, you can have a scary warning. This will make your Apple device more insecure. I'm okay with that. That's okay. What our concern is right here is, can we actually get an application from a source other than you? Because that is really what is at the heart. And so Apple is so locked down, but in the middle of this epic Apple trial, they're saying, oh no, we allow plenty of competition. There's these crappy game stores that will allow some games. Like, yeah, not really. So Epic versus Apple trial will deliver verdict on whether Apple is suppressing competition. Watching Wednesday's testimony, you could easily end up more confused about what the App Store allows. Apple says iOS users benefit from a lockdown, curated platform and rejects stores within stores like the Epic Game Store, which could allegedly expose users to harmful and unvetted software. It's also, however, fighting Epic Games' claims that there is no meaningful competition on the platform. So you can't have your store, but there's competition, I promise. This morning, Apple attorney grilled one of Epic's witnesses about a slew of iOS-hosted gaming apps. The move might have helped rebut Epic's claims, but it also highlighted how arbitrary Apple's policies seem. So basically, they're looking at a variety of different things. It wasn't like Steam, where a lot of different people. It was like a single thing where, I don't know. It's like, Game Club, direct competitor Apple Arcade. Game Club is available in the App Store today, he said. All right. So you'd have to look at what Apple Arcade is. So if this one thing with a few little odds and ends games, or is this something where people can buy games that are reasonable that people want to play? That's really what's at the heart of this. And so really they're trying to argue that, yeah, we allow competition. We're just completely locked down, so we don't allow it. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge, most likely, but we'll kind of see what happens as it makes its way to the end. So there's kind of the latest. So I don't know. Is Apple allowing competition while it's locked completely down? That's interesting. All right. Well, if you want to help support the channel, I do have a series of affiliates. Today we are featuring A2 hosting. So I've used A2 hosting for a number of years. Works very well. I enjoyed the time I was over there with the plans. They have shared hosting, dedicated hosting, VPS hosting, just a variety of different things. TLM.li/A2H. Get shared hosting as little as $3 a month. VPS hosting as little as $5 a month. They will come with free SSLs. They will have some extra options for speed boosting and things like that. You can get dedicated IPs, all these types of things. So there are a lot of reasons to go with A2 hosting. So anyway, have a look over there. TLM.li/A2H. Now, guys, let's head to Sillyville. All right, let's go ahead and join in here with Sillyville. First, the feds break up an alleged streaming password theft scheme. So we're getting so desperate now. Now we have to steal your Netflix passwords and sell those on the black market. And then the FBI has to waste resources breaking up a streaming password selling ring. Yeah, this is called first world problems. All right, first world problems. Authorities say the site had more than 200,000 stolen credentials from Netflix, among other services. So there we have it, guys. Oh boy. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Well, this dude here, this man shows a man making a slow escape in alleged ride-on lawnmower theft. He's actually drinking a beer there. You can't really see it. Let's see if we can watch this video. Here he is. See him? He's coming. So he went out to just test how the lawnmower works, and he just decided to drive off with it. And he's drinking his beer. So if they find him, they'll actually are going to charge him with drinking and driving. So there we have it, guys. They've released a video for the public to help identify a man who stole a ride-on lawnmower for a joyride, making the world's slowest getaway, beer in hand in Cairns in far north Queensland. So there we have it, guys. If you happen to know who this guy is, report him to the police. That's kind of crazy stuff. Vince has officially apologized for the stupidity of his country because the Australian Crime Commission comes out and says only criminals use encrypted communications. So your bank, government, I mean, that makes sense. The government are a bunch of criminals. Zuckerberg, I mean, there you go. But basically they're coming out saying we don't need encryption. This is their disinformation campaign, their propaganda campaign to propagandize people against encryption, going, oh, well, I don't use encryption. Yeah, that's right. Encryption's bad. They use that for bad stuff. We need to ban it. And they're just trying to garner support. It's the same way, and everyone needs to wear a kufi catcher. Ah, yes, Mr. Government. And there we have it. So, so they said that encryption is for criminals. They believe there is no legitimate reason for a law-abiding member of the community to own or use an encrypted communication platform. So my password list, which is encrypted on my computer, there's no legitimate reason for me to password protect my list. Are you asking for more colonial pipelines all over the place? Because without the encryption, there is no hacking. They just go in the open door. This guy, whoever this is, he needs to be publicly shamed from his job. He needs to lose it and leave society. He has no earthly idea about how anything works. Kind of insane. These platforms used exclusively by serious and organized crime groups and are developed specifically to obscure the identities of the involved criminal entities. Now, I mean, to be fair, they're talking about like Signal, not password protecting my KeyPass XC file, but nevertheless, the point is the same. You know, encryption is just evil, therefore ban encryption, blah, 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 blah. So there we have it, guys. So there is the propaganda campaign, 6 pages of nonsense about how encryption is nothing but evil. And on to our feature Sillyville story for the day. Epic and Apple are now fighting over a naked banana. It's just a banana, ma'am. So they have this banana in this suit, and I guess this is Peely, I believe his name is. So we have this exchange in the official court documents. This is why sometimes court documents are great to read. In the official court transcripts, you will read this. Apple's attorney versus Weisinger, all right? We have in front of us a new set of images. What's in this screen showing? This is your matchmaking lobby. And we have a large yellow banana here, don't we? In a tuxedo? Yes, that's Peely. And that's Peely, did you say? Yeah. In fact, in a tuxedo, he's known as Agent Peely, correct? Oh, that's correct. We thought it'd be better to go with the suit than a naked banana since we are in federal court this morning. Okay. And so the existence barely related to Apple's case, and the naked banana comment would probably have passed for a throwaway joke, but for one important fact, Apple slammed Epic last week claiming that it hosted bad stuff. Ooh, spicy bad stuff. On Friday, Apple attorney went after indie storefront itch.io. It's a very unfortunate name. Right. Which Epic lets users install through the Epic Game Store. The attorney noted that itch.io included a so-called adult games whose descriptions were not appropriate for us to speak in federal courts, calling them both offensive and sexualized. Yeah, save that for TikTok for your 10-year-old demographic. Epic Game Store manager Stephen Allison defended itch.io, but the exchange may have stung Epic. Or at least that's the best explanation I can imagine for what happened 2 hours later when Epic's attorney decided to revisit Peely during her own questioning of Weisinger. So, Epic's attorney. A little bit of a digression. We talked about Peely, our banana. Remember that? I do. And there, we might have an implication to show that Peely without a suit would have been inappropriate. Do you recall that? Yes. Is there anything inappropriate about Peely without a suit? No, there is not. If we could just put it on the screen, a picture of Peely, is there anything inappropriate about Peely without clothes? It's just a banana, ma'am. It's gone bananas. So apparently they're taking time in court to talk about a naked banana. I guess the concept of a naked banana, there's jokes that you can make about that, but we try and keep ourselves family friendly around here. So again, we'll just save all that for TikTok, for the 10-year-old demographics, to make all the banana jokes they want to make. Well, you can help support the channel over on Subscribestar. We are on Subscribestar at Switched to Linux. You can jump in over there and help support the show. We will have the links over there to join us on the Thursday night. So with that, thanks for watching, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. Thank you for watching this video from Switched to Linux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.